All right, we're green.
All right. Berlin Chorus Room, take 38. Hello everybody. This is the director's commentary track for the Berlin Chorus Room. I'm Nathan. I'm here with Creed and Eric.
Yep.
I'd like to preface before we start that this is unedited and unfiltered, so if anything slips out, we're not going back and changing it. I'd like to once again remind everybody that our opinions and attitudes do not necessarily reflect those of the Berlin Brothers Valley School District. Now let's begin with introductions. Eric.
I'm Eric, basically master of filmography.
Ooh.
Yep.
That's all you got?
That's probably all I
master
got,
filmography. I'm Creed. I'm the writer. I'm a master of writing, I guess. Do a little bit of the editing as well. Eric's also the editor.
I am a big editor.
He has the stuff together.
And I'm Nathan, amateur cinematographer.
You're just about here. You just show up sometimes.
Yeah, I do.
Yes,
I'm a bit of a film connoisseur. I've been told that my taste is very highbrow. My favorite film is probably Santa Claus 3: The Escape Clause.
Yes, see, that is pretty highbrow.
And some little background information for Eric and I. This is our fourth film project we've worked on together, and for all three of us, this is our third.
Yes, that's a good point.
And each time it's gotten worse.
I don't know, I would say better, actually.
So without further
In
ado,
the teacher's
That this is not just a film project, it's like a full mini-series.
it is indeed.
It is. It should have been aired on Netflix, honestly.
So do we want to start the first episode here?
Yeah, sure.
Let's start watching it. Oh, I guess that's Eric's audio.
We really never developed Oglen as a character.
No, we didn't.
There's a lot of stuff we meant to do.
He was almost like Creed from The Office, is how I kind of put it. He was just there. How did we decide that this was going to be our intro? Did we even
we
film
saw
this?
a tree.
Wasn't he in the tree already, or did we ask him?
Yes, he sat in the tree because we were filming something, and he was in the background, and we just told him to stay there. And that is the tree that we used in Seussical. It's been sitting in that corner for 4 years now.
Yeah.
And coincidentally, the first scene ever has the Duloc head
Yes.
on top of the shelf that we would continue to use.
And the Anything Goes costumes that we had just gotten back from,
Yes,
is it North
that's
Star?
right. I don't remember who did anything.
I don't know.
Who did anything?
Myerstone.
Myersdale.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah.
Shameless plug for Myersdale.
All right. Well, let's start it. Let's start playing it. This is...
But just look at how the looks have changed.
Yes.
Yes.
How our appearance has
This
changed.
one was in January or February?
Did we start it in the third 9 weeks of school?
We didn't really do like Office either, how they take clips from the show. We just...
Yeah, we
set out to
room.
make
Yes, the intro was
Our
totally
intro.
home.
Library, when did we ever film over there?
James typing.
We never made use of the hub because Mrs. Kissel was always in there, so we were never able to make use of the hub.
That was shot on the first day of our episode.
It was.
Because we had to go back and edit that back in because we thought it was nice.
Yeah.
So this one, unlike every other episode, had no script.
Yes, I didn't write this one.
Because it was a project that was given to us for Music Appreciation Month to create a piece of art that showcases how much you love music. And we decided to make a video.
Yes. And we wanted it to be based on The Office. We always knew we wanted to do a parody of The Office. So we just kind of came up with these scenes and then shot them and then stitched the whole episode together later.
And I think we started with thinking about whose character was going to coincide with who.
Nathan was
And-
Dwight.
Yeah,
automatically.
from the
Yes, we
beginning.
knew Nathan was going to be Dwight.
And then we knew that Creed was
We actually
more of a
did.
straight man.
We wanted Creed though to be Creed because
The
Yeah, for the
names,
continuity.
the names would coincide, but I think that Jim was a more
Jim,
necessary
yeah.
character.
more the
as you
straight
can
man.
Creed.
And then Eric had the charisma to both be a leader but also be the socially awkward,
Yes.
Michael.
Yes.
and from there we just kind
So
of
good.
filled in, asked who wanted to do.
Yep.
Yeah.
And their assistant director. I
And the
remember.
assistant
Man,
director.
look at that hair, Nathan.
Look at James's hair. Look how long it
Honestly,
is.
the beard.
Yes, we get to see the progression of James's mustachio.
Yes,
as
it's like he loses
evolves
hair
into
and
Bernard.
grows beard, like as the series goes on.
And as you can see,
We reused the same set piece.
Yes, we did.
Our first "That's What She Said" joke. One of 2 or 3.
I think we only had 2 actually, and they were only like the first 2 episodes.
should we mention how we shot during different periods? When
Yes.
there's a lot of people. That's during chorus, but
yes,
we're
our
not.
actual chorus is the last period of the school day. But we had to do a lot of filming in a 5th period study hall that
Where-
also
An
took
hour
place in
long.
a course room because we had an hour and then
Where a bunch of people didn't really like us filming there.
yes, we had to bypass a few obstacles.
You can
So-
see in the back we tried to hide that prop.
Yes, and within the episode's continuity, that means we took the Duloc
Wait.
head off the shelf and deliberately hid it behind this
To get it rid of
to
it.
get rid of it.
To get it rid
that was
of
our maybe our first typo.
First mistake. Whoops.
Yes,
I like that shot.
that was-
Nice
that's
reaction shot.
Subtle.
James just playing with the stapler.
Stapler. Oh my goodness! And then there's like our first change of clothing because I went from a yellow
Oh,
shirt, black jacket.
just listen to
Game
this
of Thrones.
acting right here.
This is just Gabby's masterful. I think this might be the only time that Gabby smiled in the entire series.
Yep. She looked at the camera, that's why. I was filming.
That is our dialogue too that we gave her. This is the
Ooh.
first prank.
Oh, there's a finger. I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, that was our one.
Oh, that's
slip
okay.
up.
It's okay. It's okay. There's Mr. Oldham, featurette.
And we originally planned to do more with the Gabby and Creed subplot. However, given the context of high school, we found it a bit
Yes.
inappropriate to take it quite all the way
Yeah,
there.
I didn't want to do a romance. I didn't want it to be romance based. I wanted us to have a general relationship. Oh, here.
Oh, wait. Jim.
Yes, she called me Jim. That was our first and only serious error.
And we caught it right before we uploaded it, and we,
We were
kind of
too
just said
lazy to
screw
reshoot.
it.
Yep.
Because
This was the
we
first
could never
episode.
find Gabby 5th period.
Yes, so we just figured we would do it.
I like that scene with Silas. That was probably the best performance we got out of him.
Yes, it was very subtle.
And
It's a
he
very-
continued to play the guitar every
In
day
every
since.
episode. I think we have at least-
Then. If you
his
listen closely
backgrounds.
in the background of every episode.
Yes, he's in there somewhere.
This scene was entirely improv.
This was entirely improv.
I was
all
told,
the dialogue.
I was told to walk into the room.
Sean does laugh in this
Yes,
scene.
I think Sean was laughing
Yes.
in the background. I think there was a lot of people laughing, and that's why
Yeah.
we kind of panned the camera to
Yeah,
this
we didn't tell anybody that I was coming in and saying
No, we
anything.
didn't.
And we didn't know how long the scene was going to go. Hence why I keep looking
And look,
back at the
the
camera.
Duloc head is still up on top of the shelf, so it has been moved back and forth apparently.
And then I exit this door and enter,
And enter into the
door
conference
beside
room.
it.
Yes. That logic doesn't make any sense. We're gonna say you walked the whole way around.
Okay.
and came back in.
Yeah.
I really liked Eric's performance in this scene.
Yeah, this is good. This was improv mostly too.
Yeah.
It really conveys how frustrated he is with all the menial complaints that I come to him with. It's
I love
also
that
a
you're
bit of
flipping.
it's a bit of an homage to the scene from the intro.
Oh yes, it is. Look at the tape measure. Just a random tape measure sitting on Eric's.
Yes,
I guess-
in the conference room / office.
Yes, we
slash-
played this office, the conference room, and Eric's office collectively,
and the interview room.
and then it kind of graduated into
Oh, and you get
Mrs.
it.
Speary's office
Sperry,
being Eric's
yeah.
office. There is Mrs. Speary. Yeah, she was right there.
Oh, just
We never
that-
we never used this desk again as my desk.
No, we never did.
Oh.
We didn't really use this.
If you go
corner
back,
at all.
I'm filming in the mirror. Or no, James is filming
That's
in the mirror.
solitaire.
Yeah.
Some good solitaire there.
This one, we shot this scene about 4 times, I
Did
think,
we?
until we got it
Yeah,
all.
Yeah, we
'cause-
did.
Because
yeah.
we wanted it to be one shot.
But then
uh,
the girls started playing the piano.
And then,
And then
and
it
then we
swing.
screwed up our lines.
Yeah, just a couple times.
Sean's reaction.
This is
shot
really
there was-
honestly the only time he acted like a true Stanley.
Yeah.
Mm.
And then he kind of developed it to his
His
Yeah,
own
that was
character.
something
I
that
think
we
we-
all did. We had very few people that were typecast as the characters. This was meant to be like an homage to how Dwight is a deputy sheriff.
Yes. Mm. We never really explored that any further.
We
Though
didn't.
he has this one
Well, we
time.
kind of did with the fire.
Not exactly. That was more spontaneous.
We also never explored more
motive.
further that we were called Berlin, Pennsylvania. We never.
That is
we never
true.
evolved that we live in a fictional
Yes.
state.
Yeah, that was an inside joke throwaway line.
Yes. This is probably Oscar-winning performance.
Yes.
Here,
Honestly.
look how emotional.
Because there was, in fact, a trip planned to go see Romeo and Juliet,
Yes.
and the high school musical seniors were invited, since our musical was obviously West Side Story, which is basically Romeo and Juliet, and we didn't have a central plot, for this episode.
Yes.
And then we realized that occurred in the same
Yes.
week that we were filming.
So we're like, yes, we'll go on this trip. And fun fact, this all was actually
It's
filmed when we got
after-
back. We
after
filmed it
we
when we
got
got
back.
that. That's why we're all dressed really nice.
And
Except Sean.
if you can tell, the film quality is worse because it's shot on Creed's iPhone.
Oh, yes, we
instead
did.
of
We
mine.
switched iPhones just a few times in this first episode. And then we decided not to do that again.
This shot also took probably 8 takes
It did.
between
Sean
James'
trying to
yours
laugh.
and Sean's dialogue all overlapping each other.
Yes.
As you can hear, piano playing in the back from.
Is there?
Yeah.
Yeah, this was.
This is the reference to Stanley for sure in The Office.
Yes, this was. Sean was very much Stanley in the first episode, and then kind of became his own.
Yes.
The purple hair.
Yes, this lady is trying to talk to us as we get on the bus, like telling us good morning. And we're filming, and I didn't really want to say anything.
This is a beautiful scene.
Nathan actually did not know when he was going to get called.
Yes,
Yes.
a lot of these shots on this trip are very spur of the moment. Just like, let's get out the phone and film something. That was meant to be a Silas reaction shot,
But it
ended
got
up being
half,
more
of,
of me.
half of Nathan's face, and it was just beautiful.
Everyone hated us on the bus ride.
Yes.
Yes,
there
we-
and back.
Yes, we did this for the visual irony that we knew that if we started singing, nobody was going
But
to do anything.
we did it 3 times for the take.
Yes, and every time, nobody decided to look back.
And look at Creed's.
Yes, I was leaning up against the window,
window.
and so I have water all over the back of my shirt.
I think I lost that jacket.
Did you? Darn it.
Gabby doesn't even have hers on.
One of the best lines, which unfortunately you can't hear because we're
Globe
standing
Theater.
in front of the bus, is the Globe Theater.
The Globe Theater.
As we're in Altoona.
Yeah.
Yes, we were in Johnstown, Pennsylvania.
We had a teacher film this, and
And
then she also commentaried.
That's cute.
That's cute.
Was it
After-
Mrs. Courtney or Mrs.
no,
Shubik?
it was Mrs. Meehan.
Oh, was
No
it
one
Mrs.
did look at the camera at one time.
Yes.
All together.
No, I think there was that moment, and that's the one that I screenshotted
Yeah.
and became the wallpaper for our YouTube channel.
Look at that kid back.
Yeah, this was one where I was just like, get out the camera and I'm going to do something weird.
It's illegal to film in this place, but you know.
Was it?
Technically, it hadn't started. I think this is during intermission.
No, this is before the show.
No, this was
Okay.
before. This was all just random footage that Eric captured before. I love the
Nathan
context.
actually doesn't need a glossary to understand Shakespeare.
I love the context.
And then I
that
ripped my program halfway through.
This was just supposed to be signifying the end of the show. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
kind of got it there.
Yeah.
The book was better.
And here we are getting back on the bus.
Yes.
Watch this butt shot right here coming
Oh,
up.
James.
Oh.
Totally unintentional.
Look,
There's Eric.
me in the back
That's
right
a
there.
wonderful detail.
Eric's spurring everybody up, and the man.
I actually didn't know we were filming right now. So like the dialogue was not.
Also, when we get off the bus, I did not realize that we were filming.
That smile.
He's so cute.
And we see Oakland again. For no
Yes,
one noticed.
nobody
until-
noticed.
No, we didn't notice until after this was
He just
shot.
pokes his head into frame. Children walking around behind us.
Yes.
Silas
That's
still
with
has
his
his
grumpy
unhappy
face.
face. This was
This was
improv.
real.
So we thought we were gonna eat in the restaurant. Ended up we had no time to make it back to school. They had to like rush all the kids back on. So we actually didn't know if we were gonna get pizza or not.
Yeah, it was you went in an assembly line, got your drink, grabbed a plate, and went back out and sat
My
on the
reactions
bus.
are 100% real here because I had no idea.
Yeah, I
what
didn't
was
tell
happening.
anybody that I was going
was
to
so
start eating the
confused.
plate.
I had no idea.
As you can see, this was the switch to the iPhone of Creed's.
Okay, hush. Hush.
I don't think anybody realized that we were filming here except Creed because we were talking.
Yes,
to
Well,
I didn't
Creed
tell
was
anybody.
filming.
It was me filming. I didn't tell anyone. I just kind of filmed it. And Mrs. Shubik had some nice lines of dialogue. So did Rose.
Seriously. Look at Nathan's hair.
That looks almost like the Dwight Schrute hair.
Yeah.
I think we left the box in there.
No, we threw it away.
Oh, did we?
Yeah.
Ah,
Oh, we did stash it under the table for the scene that we said was filmed afterwards. I liked having the pizza box behind
Oh,
this. We
so
stole it. From
about
someone.
singing the whole bus ride home.
That was
We
real.
did sing the whole bus ride home.
We did,
and
actually.
people did later complain to us.
yeah.
Yes.
So that is accurate.
to be square.
Yes, editor Eric Prow. Oh yes, we had some very nice credits.
That was the first time we had one.
We were really reaching for filler in that episode, and if it
guest starring Nathan O'Glenn.
if it weren't for
we didn't have the Sean thing in this one.
No, we didn't film that until the second episode. Do you remember?
Yeah, that's right.
We didn't film
Until we decided this was going to be a thing.
Yes. Do we want to talk about this at all, or do we want to go right into the second episode? Or how?
I mean, you can definitely tell the change of how our acting and how our dialogue is.
Well,
this was obviously mostly improv. I feel like you can tell from watching it that it was mostly improvisation. Okay. We're set and ready for episode 2. Before we start, I just want to say that this was the first episode that we wrote a script for. I sat down and wrote a script.
One of the best
this
too,
episode.
though.
Yes, this is probably one of the top.
This was
maybe because we
episode.
incorporated a different room, different.
Yeah, because we went outside
set.
of the chorus room. Yeah, and you know, it was. I don't know. It was just good. It was a good episode.
Apart from the first episode, this one probably is the most quotable too.
Yeah, there were some good moments, and it was partially improv. Like we didn't go entirely.
Yeah,
I don't think any of the scripts that I wrote
word for word
ended up being the final product.
I
think we filmed this one in the shortest amount of time.
Yeah, it was a day or two.
Because it was largely in one area.
Yeah. It was generally based off.
We thought it would take like an hour here. We stayed here for like 3 or 4 hours.
Oh, it did take it took a long time. We're actually sitting in the basement that this was filmed in right now, coincidentally. Yeah. So let's go ahead and jump in to this episode.
Give me some more. We kind of don't really mention how the party started.
No, I don't think we mentioned.
We start in media res, as they would say in filmography.
Oh, and Nathan happens to walk in.
And I'm just fiddling with all these papers.
There's nothing in that coffee pot. I just poured nothing into nothing, and I'm about to drink nothing.
In our conference room / library / break room / interview room.
Archive room, maybe?
Yeah.
I don't know what we have in those shelves. I don't know what's actually in there.
That is music.
Is it music?
Yep, because
so many
music library.
I'm not gonna.
You did. You
yeah, that was definitely improv, and I just thought it would be something like awkward to break up the flow of dialogue that my character would have done.
Yeah. So, Nathan. So, about this episode.
I'm like,
you didn't want to come to the party.
Awkward smile.
This was based on the episode of The Office where Jim throws.
Hey, wait!
a party.
If you go back there, you see Creed walk.
We wanted Creed.
I walked into the corner of the room where there is no exit. It just kind of happened that way.
I also cut and looked like he was heading for a door.
I apologize for blowing the ears out of everyone during this intro.
We never got the audio balance right. It was always
I turned
so
it down
loud.
so much too.
And
like
whatever version of The Office intro that we downloaded is ridiculously bassy. It has so much bass, and I don't know why.
I one time had it at like 20% its original, and it was still louder than the rest of the. Oh yeah, it's coming out of everything, but. I feel like I messed up this a lot.
I don't know. That seems to be a typical way that we start most of our episodes. Is with a solo interview of Eric only being interrupted by somebody else.
Yeah. Oh.
I think George Lucas would say it's like poetry.
Common themes, man.
He opens the
same stapler James used in the
Yes.
first episode.
You have that stapler. I think that stapler has never left that desk.
Also, this door locks. Nathan didn't remember on the first.
This was improv.
The first take, I meant to walk out, but then realized it wouldn't open. So then the second take, we decided to keep that as a joke.
Yeah. What a
What a weirdo.
So more creating Gabby scenes.
Yes, trying to develop
with Silas.
a little bit of a relationship. We just wanted to develop that Silas is stereotypical crappy boyfriend.
Yeah, we needed to establish that so that we could have some
Nathan,
evolution.
before the scene, was hiding behind the clothes rack, just waiting to jump out.
This was improv too.
Yeah, I speak to him in Pig Latin.
Yes, this is Pig Latin.
Did you actually not understand what I said?
No, I did.
Okay.
I did after I thought about it for a minute. I didn't know what you were going for right off the bat, but once you got... Well, after you said et gay, I think is what... Like, you were like, good shay. I was like, what? Et gay? Oh. I kind of picked up on it as it went. James's facial reactions in the scene are excellent as well. James was a great background actor
Yes.
all the time. Tries to wave off the camera.
I honestly think that was because we didn't know when to stop
Yeah.
the filming, so you just like
Yeah, you didn't
go
know when
away.
to cut, so I literally just went like, get back. And we were like, we'll keep it, because if we cut it too early before that, it just looked like I disappeared into the void. Here we had to establish some sort of continuity to sort
My
of convey
birthday.
to the audience that Creed was in fact just making something up to throw me off the trail.
Oh yes. To let it be known.
And then we reinforced it with Creed directly saying to the camera that it is not Eric's
It's
birthday.
not Eric's birthday. That is what we wanted to be most popularly known. That is an excellent shot.
I love
I
the
love
smudge.
That was one of the only times that we were really able to get Eric like peering out from his quote office.
Yes. That is actually our music director's office, Mrs. Speary.
Here's our second "That's what she said" joke.
This
of
is
this-
also
of
I
this
think
series.
this might be the last.
I think third costume change.
In this episode.
Sad Eric, right?
Sad Eric.
Oh,
This
introduction
was
to
the first
Ryan.
Yes, this is when we decided we were going to use Ryan. Best decision we ever made.
He was our
One of my
Kevin.
one of my
yeah,
yes,
he was our Kevin character.
But he just absolutely fantastic job. I love Ryan.
He is one of the characters that kind of stayed more towards Kevin, though, throughout
Oh,
the
he
Kinda.
did.
show.
Yeah.
But he was also his own thing a little bit. Like, he did
Yeah.
stuff that Kevin wouldn't do.
Oh,
This
we
is the
never-
first
the
and
first
only
and
time
only.
we used Grace because she wasn't that good. We love Grace, but I don't think she was made for acting.
Maybe season 2.
Oh, season 2. Is that a... What are we making?
Possibility.
Is that a possibility?
We're not making it.
Are we going to get people hyped up?
I don't know.
We honestly probably should have had more girls. Like, we only had a Pam. Could have had a Phyllis, you know?
But we didn't
I think
have
it
the
works.
resources.
Yeah,
We
I
did
think
it.
it works with our setting.
It does
does.
work with our setting and our characters.
Most of this episode
Sad
is
Eric.
sad.
Yes, sad face Eric.
Sad.
With the dress on.
Do we
his
cut?
head.
Yes, we cut right to Sean
Yes,
driving
pulling
up my
it in his
driveway.
butt.
Oh,
As he
before this
sharply
shot,
looks at the camera.
Nathan actually doesn't know how to drive.
Oh wait,
in
we'll
real
talk about
life.
that when
Yeah, we'll
we
get
get
to
there.
that scene.
Yes, we'll give it a minute.
So
Wow, this is so
This-
creepy. It's
yeah.
right there. It's right there to the left. of
this
us right
Creed had actually remodeled his basement.
Yes.
Yeah,
well, I
yeah.
actually had.
So
mine.
this was a first look for a lot of people.
Yes, this was. Yes, it's much bigger now.
But the reactions are fake. Sean picks up an empty bottle of what my family calls the champipple.
Yes, that is kids champagne.
No, I don't think it was empty.
Sparkling.
He
No,
made
it
it
was
empty.
It was empty. Oh yeah.
No,
there's a
he
little
yes,
bit.
no, he drank the whole
Yes,
bottle.
this was the best scene.
Oh, this
out of,
was.
out of the episode. This probably took 9
And
takes.
I didn't write this. We just decided that we were gonna
Yes.
do this.
His reactions, as he sniffs at it and then
I
slowly
think
starts
Sean
taking
laughed
bites.
at least 6 of the scenes.
Now, one of the plot points in this
And the
episode is that
reaction
we were
shot.
having barbecue, but there was no actual food
Yes.
at like any point in this.
The
episode.
barbecue is probably brought up 4 times.
I always liked this scene. I don't know why, but I like how it looks. I think. I don't know.
Yeah, it came out much better than it looked when we were filming it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we came with
Bad
some
boyfriend right there.
Yeah, we came
with
with like an excuse that he was out like playing basketball with his friends or something because we couldn't say that he went out to a bar.
Wow.
10 out of 10 acting.
This is 10 out of 10. Absolutely.
Ryan is
Ryan-
still digging.
I don't think
the
I think
whole
Ryan
episode.
had the toy the whole episode
He
in,
did,
in
he
background
did.
shots, and it was done really.
Yeah, so here we established that I show up.
Yes.
And this is where I just sat in the parking lot with the car on and then turn it off and get out.
That is my car.
look around.
That's
by the way.
that's Eric's car. Nathan does not drive.
Like no license, no permit.
Yep.
My mom actually did not like this line because she felt like I was establishing that we had money. Because I was like, you would not believe me if I told you how much this cost. This is excellent. This was.
Yes.
I told Nathan about a week in advance writing this episode that I wanted him to decide on a weird gift to get Eric for his fake birthday.
Yeah, and we were striving for like looking for what we could find, and then it just so happened that he was also remodeling his bathroom, and we had
Yes.
this probably like 90-pound toilet.
Yes, I had just gotten this toilet in, and we were like, this is what it is. This is what Eric's getting.
Because
Gabby's laughing in the
it's-
back.
It also never came out of my car.
yeah.
It was just there. This
And-
scene
and
took
I-
a lot.
Yeah,
because we had to.
I take the path of most resistance to
There's-
get there.
there's Ryan on the couch.
is chewing
Yes,
the
we
toy
had
once
to get the
again.
perspective of Ryan in the background.
And I just kind of park it right there,
Yep.
do the classic double tap.
Yes. Oh, just a single tap.
This scene we liked just because it was very weird and gave me a little line. We were
You
very
never,
glad that we
never-
didn't get the camera in the mirror.
Yes, but I also, you never pulled up your pants. You just stand up from the toilet and wash your hands.
That is true.
Which I think is excellent. Not that he didn't actually have his pants off.
No, I did not.
And we did say company card.
Yes,
here,
we did say
which-
company card and we
which-
don't have a company. But
but-
that's okay.
Yeah.
This was improv as well.
The dog just ran downstairs. and
This is
started
my
filming.
dog, Chestnut.
We didn't quite get the reaction because we had actually let him down
Mm.
for a first take, and then he was very rambunctious. But then, like, we weren't pleased with our reactions, so we let him back up and let him back down. But
again.
at that point,
yes, he was already introduced to everyone
Yeah.
and less excited.
There's me sitting on the toilet here.
So she calls me cute as a child.
child,
That is
yeah.
actually my senior picture
that's
book,
right.
so those are not very old at this point in time.
And this was also we're just trying to replicate in the episode.
Sean is drinking it straight out of the bottle now. the shampipple.
So at this point, time has elapsed, and I'm asking where Eric is because we needed some way to introduce him into the party.
Yes, this is where our first use of
And
black
we've-
screen. that I
We've
love.
literally done nothing at this party.
Yes,
Yeah,
have.
we've all
This
just
is the
sat
most
around.
boring party ever.
Sean has done nothing but drink champipple.
Yes.
And
That
they
was
think
that was
also
improv as
tell
well.
time.
Yes, tell time by putting.
And I run into this closet.
This closet is Eric.
As
With
Eric comes
milk
out with
and chips,
milk
which is
and
one of my
chips.
favorite gags ever. That was so off the cuff.
And I jump in and give him his present.
He pushes it over. You can see how clearly heavy the toilet box is.
And it was a bit of a visual gag too because as I'm wearing socks, my feet are slipping on this hardwood laminate floor. And he's, of course, does not care about my gift
Yes,
at all.
he doesn't want a toilet because it's not his birthday.
Depressed shot as Eric looks for karaoke to sing. And then here we have the
Sad.
resolution of
Ryan.
of Ryan and the Chew toy.
Hasn't noticed it hasn't been.
Hey, also, I think we should talk about the fact that he has made no impact on the chew toy whatsoever.
Yeah.
He hasn't
Yes.
taken any pieces out
He
of
is
it.
determined.
Into it.
And ironically, and I feel a bit bad for it, we did not even realize until after we'd finished filming that we neglected to wash the
No,
chew
we didn't
toy.
wash the chew toy
Before
but
we
he
gave
didn't
it
even
to
care.
him.
Ryan is so hardcore. He didn't care.
At no point did he think to ask. We just picked the strangest, most inappropriate song for an adult to
Yes.
sing.
We were just
at
going through
karaoke.
YouTube karaoke songs, and Eric saw Frozen and was like, "This is we're gonna do Frozen."
Honestly, couldn't hear the music, so I had no clue where I
Also,
was.
he's singing
Yeah.
it entirely wrong. That's one of my favorite. Like, he
And,
speeds
he's
up a few times.
interjecting with cries for help.
Ooh.
There's me still sitting depressed on the toilet. And then
I like
I
how we
think this,
both can hit great falsetto voices.
We can. I think this is
honestly.
the most out of character and into our real selves that we ever got.
Yeah.
Because this is something that me and Eric would actually do, not as characters in the Brown Culture.
This is his new bathroom. If you didn't know,
Yes. Bathroom 1.0.
without the toilet or sink, just the wall.
And then we
And I
left,
did
we left the
actually.
toilet.
He
there.
Let's do the after credits scene as well.
Yeah.
Oh, as you see, the credits changed there. Nathan became a producer. Kareem
Oh,
became
yes.
a writer.
So, as we talked about previously, Nathan does not actually drive, so he did not entirely know what he was doing. So,
Yes, I'll say.
Oh yes,
I-
we did this as well.
Yeah.
This was meant to be.
We wanted to do
A
one of the
Pixar.
Pixar.
Yes, obviously
with
a parody of
Berlin.
the Pixar, but with Berlin.
I don't
which
know
is-
if anyone.
So
can
with
tell.
this one, I turned off the ignition, but it still was making noises. So I just thought, well, I'll turn it back on and turn it off again, like an
And
electronic.
then he,
And
he
they
left
held
the
it.
ignition up, so the car starts like croaking, and Eric's like, "Get out of the car!" That's just the masterpiece there.
The original plan was to have me like pull up the driveway like 10 feet, but I said that was not going to happen.
Yes, 'cause he
because
doesn't-
I could just
do it, yeah.
imagine I accidentally floor it and destroy someone else's car. And that's episode 2.
That was episode 2.